Hi everyone, it's Taylor here today. Have you ever wondered how to add different colors to a background stamp? Well, today I'm going to walk you through how I created this card using the Twiggy Background and the no line coloring method. So this is the Twiggy Background here. It is cling mounted red rubber stamp. I'll also be using the Very Best Gift clear stamp set. I want you guys all to know that our clear stamps now come packaged in a clear storage envelope, so you'll want to keep that stored with your dies and your clear stamps. Now I'll also be using several different colors of ink. First we have the Sea Salt. That's a hybrid ink pad, which means that it's Copic compatible and waterproof. I also have Chocolate Truffle, Toffee, Oreo, Dijon, Watermelon, and Cilantro, along with a selection of Prismacolored pencils that I'll use to color the background. I'm starting with my sugar cube cardstock in my MISTI and setting up that stamp over the top, stamping it down with Sea Salt ink. Now you'll barely see this on the paper, which is what you want. If you have trouble with your eyesight and you still want to try this method, you can stamp it twice and you'll see a little bit darker image there. Next, I'm going to be using my colored pencils to add color to the lines that were stamped. So you can barely see the lines, meaning that you're going to cover up those lines with the colored pencil. Now, one tip I can give you with colored pencils is make sure that you are using very sharp colored pencils. Keep your pencil sharpener nearby and continue to sharpen your pencils because it's much easier to create the detailed outline for the stamp with a sharp pencil than it is with something dull. Once I'm finished adding all of these different colors, I'm going to have a beautifully multicolored background created using that Twiggy Background stamp. Now our next step is going to be to fill that open oval in the center with our images from the Very Best Gift clear set. I'll start by setting up the outline of the present and stamp that using Oreo ink. Then I'll grab the fill that says the Very Best Gift of All, and I'll be stamping that with Watermelon ink after placing it right inside the outline of the present. Next, I'll be stamping the manger using Toffee ink after placing that right below the present. I'll also be leaving that manger in place and then using the Chocolate Truffle ink to just ink the tops and the sides of that manger to give it a little bit of extra dimension with the darker color. I've set up the bow on my acrylic block and I'm stamping that within the outline using Cilantro ink and then finishing with the star using Dijon ink at the top. You can see how beautifully that turned out, and now we just need to add it to a card front. I've cut my card base from watermelon cardstock, and I'll be adding that with my Scotch adhesive dot roller to the front of the card. And then I also wanted to show you how I decorate the inside of the project. So I have a pre-cut piece of sugar cube cardstock at 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to arrange the sentiment and those small laurels at top and bottom. I'm using my mini ink cubes so that I can ink them in separate colors, and then I can simply adhere that to the inside. So I hope you learned something new from today's video, and I hope you're feeling inspired to try the no-line coloring method. You can find all of the products that I used for today's project at the Tailored Expressions web store at tailoredexpressions.com.